Hey, if I don't say this now, I'll probably forget. Um, yeah, there was a boatload of healing energies upgrades. I got them this morning, big time. My teeth were rattling. um, they are piezoelectric. I just caught a video by Miles Johnson. I think I probably mentioned before that there's information, sort of like I'm sending myself, that, hey, you're supposed to know this right now. Not 2 seconds before, not 50 minutes in advance, right now. Okay, I'll look at it. And you know what to look at it. That's called running on intuition. Full-time intuition. Okay. Which is like now time. So, Miles Johnson, for those that don't know who he is, he was a former, as he will tell you, he's not a political animal. He understood this was a spiritual war against humanity. Humanity was fighting for its survival, okay, against black stuff, dark. Other side of the spectrum. So he just put a video up, and he has to be careful. He's already had a strike against him. He was a former BBC journalist, okay, British Broadcasting Corporation, propaganda outfit, no different than Joseph Goebbels, Nazi Germany, 1935, 1945, propaganda minister. Remember what Hermann Goering said? Tell a big enough lie, they'll believe it, right? So Miles figured it out pretty quick. So he decided to go rogue, independent, start telling the truth. How'd that happen? He became aware of stuff that they didn't want him to become aware of, that he became aware of. And he realized, I'm not living in the truth. That's right. So he's running light, isn't he? Yep. So he decided that, man, I got to put the light on this shit. So I'm going to put it out there. And he did. So naturally, he knows how to broadcast, got good equipment. And because of his contacts, he knows exactly, essentially have an open source, right? And they began coming to him. People that worked in MI6, MI5, GCHQ, right? British military, secret projects, super soldiers. Okay, that's when you get into Max Spears. All his videos, treasure trove of information. You wouldn't have time now to be able to go through everything that he put up and go, wow, what an enormous amount of data. That's what he gave you, data. He uploaded a lot of data. I went through a lot of it. So that's kudos to you, brother. I love you. You're a brave heart. I got Welsh blood in me because my father was from Wales. My mother was a Canuck, an angel. A French Canuck angel. Okay, so he's in England, in the UK, so I love you, brother. I love you, Miles. You're a brave warrior, buddy. Thank you for putting your mug out there, putting your information out there, because I wasn't sure how long you were going to last at times because of everything you were putting out there as information. So you were doing your job, buddy, as a journalist. There isn't any yellow in you, buddy. Okay? You're running purple. So I love you. Thank you so much, Miles. So that's my first kudos. My second kudos naturally is going to go to, well, I give all my love to the girl on the planet, naturally. But Patty Broussard, Karen Ann Luke McDonald, and Andrew Mallon. Those three, along with, what's his name, Dan Boland, although he was only on there for a brief period of time, worked for the U.S. Air Force. I believe he was a staff sergeant. He provided a boatload of information. Then he disappeared. Then he came back. He might have come back as a clone. I'm not sure what they did to him. I'm not sure what his status is, but he's out there. Anyway, Project Ascension on YouTube, 58 videos, goes into all of it. Patty just opens up her library and says, here. Okay? Ton of information. If you integrate Project Ascension with Basis Project, man, you are compiling data like there's no tomorrow. You're learning fast. putting together a puzzle together that they didn't want anybody to know. That's why it was almost impossible to go to Google and put in Project Ascension. They don't want you to know that stuff. That's a censor. That's a control freak. Okay? Which means they don't want you to know this, because if you know this, that might liberate you. Liberate your consciousness. Begin to realize, wow, now I know the truth. Yeah, because we're not afraid to give it to you. Because the light is fearless. Okay? So we're not afraid to tell you the truth, which means we don't live in a lie. That means you can trust us. Which means you trust the light, which is what love is. Well, of course. Every little child knows that when it feels the energy from you. That's protection. Because we want you to thrive. So we give you information that helps you to thrive and realize where we're going. Because we're gonna put this one in the sideball pocket. Okay, which means game over. Chess, mate, checkmate, as they say. So one of the things that was sort of funny what Miles did is he said, oh, and by the way, he said, for those of you that are out there sitting in your offices or your high chairs, not high chairs, your big, fancy, expensive Naugahyde leather seats, you know, that think everything's hunky-dory and you're all comfortable. You have a power vacuum. You don't have any leadership left. What are you going to do now? Okay, run for the hills like rats do? Demon rats, right? Demon rats. So as Miles put it, don't get too comfortable, okay? This is where the hunters become the hunted, okay? So they're being hunted. Hunting demon rats. So I know there's ongoing operations to do this, and I said all along, this should not take long. This ought to go pretty quick. So there's my kudos for Patty Broussard, Karen Luke McDonald, and Andrew Mallet, and those that put up their videos on that channel. Thank you very much from my heart and soul. You get all my love forever. Then I would probably thank Carrie Cassidy, even though a lot of her information, it was sort of an integration of all the above. It was like a girl that's trying to figure all this out by compiling all the information, right? And she's trying to figure out, well, who are the good guys and who are the bad guys? Because information wars basically is a blur. So you got to sort through the data and figure out what to kick out and what to keep. Okay, because you got to know your enemy. Okay, so I have the good fortune of being able to read the energy, which is like reading DNA, and see who it is that's giving us the information, right? Enemy identification is critical on a spiritual war battlefield, or you won't survive. Not at the level of technology that they wage against you. Okay? They know how to mind control people with a flip of a switch. Okay? And you have no idea how that technology works. So you got to be well versed on Star Wars technology or you lose. Okay? So you got to know how to keep your battery full. So that'd be your neurons. Neurons communicate. They communicate all your light. It's the source of your soul energy, your soul links, uplinks, downlinks, right? So never losing contact with your soul energy. So with that, you know how to keep your battery lit as a lighthouse. So you maneuver. You maneuver through the terrain like an antenna, a radio station. Picking up all the stuff, keeping yourself tuned with the normal universe, right? And you're collecting data and compiling that data as you go everywhere that you go. Because you know what you're supposed to experience and you know what you're not supposed to experience. So what are we doing? We're filtering all of the frequencies. Okay, that's a powerful radio station to be able to do that, right? That takes a lot of learning and a lot of training to be able to do that when you come in here, when you realize the not only the technology, but the ways in which they wage war in Star Wars. Okay? So it's a real art in communication to be able to do that and come out the other side of it in victory, which is a brave heart. Okay? So it takes a brave heart because that's what they went after. They went after the heart. Shut the heart down, turn it cold, and what happens to you? Bye. That's where your most powerful neurons are. That's where the highest intelligence is. Your heart can actually run everything for you. So they can hack this, but they can't hack that heart. And they know that. That's why they take it out with their guns. So, with that, this was basically a short video to say thank you to all my friends, all my Braveheart light warriors and light workers that we did this. We did it. It's almost like, wow, we really did do it, huh? So I know that when I finally experience what I'm not supposed to experience, wow, the whole planet. The whole planet. Really? I'm not experiencing anything less than what I am in pure light, in pure spirit? No more contamination? Are you kidding? Wow. Everybody's thriving. They don't know we're there. Right? Because that's who we are. That's where we're headed. That's the real universe. That's the one the light lives in living spirit, isn't it? Yep. Have a great day. Bye now.